Cooking.
Hi everyone, welcome to Little Wren Cooking, and today we are going to make the delicious baked risotto. Risotto is a creamy rice dish that comes from Italy, and it was first made over 500 years ago. It's a really adaptable dish, so you can use whatever root vegetables or meat you've got. What's your favourite vegetable to go in the risotto?
Broccoli!
Broccoli. And we use a special rice in risotto. You can use, there's a couple of types. There's arborio, and there's
the one that I'm holding.
There's the one that Charlotte's now holding as well, which is, I think that's also another type of arborio. And there's, I'll try to say it right. There's carnaroli, which is another type of rice. Basically, it's just a creamier rice that sucks up all the good moisture without overcooking and going really soggy.
This is a measuring jug. Just lots of different things. This is a peeler, but mind your fingers with that. There is a fork, a knife. Make sure your kids don't chop their fingers off. And one of the onion squishers.
Onion?
Onion.
Garlic.
Garlic.
Garlic squisher.
Now,
And a cheese grater.
cheese grater.
And measuring cup.
Now, for the ingredients,
Yep.
you need olive oil,
Yep, we need 1 tablespoon of olive oil.
garlic or onion.
Yep, we're going to use 2 cloves of garlic.
Italian rice.
Yeah, we need 2 cups of Italian rice.
One of these
Yeah, a measuring cup. Yep.
Another bit of rice. A big, heavy, whatever it is.
What do you think that is?
Onion.
That is a sweet potato. Now we can either use
We have peas.
peas. Yep.
We have peas.
Yeah.
Which is my favourite. We have meat and bacon, but don't eat raw meat. And we have stock. Another bit of stock. And nothing else.
So what could you?
And a teddy bear.
And a teddy bear.
Now, this is a garlic squeezer. And here's some garlics. And it's important to keep them in the dark because they normally are growing in the dark.
Well, they start sprouting if they're out in the green. If you do get garlic that starts to get the green shoot in it, just plant it in the garden. You might end up with a whole new fresh garlic. Now, while Charlotte's prepping the garlic, we're doing the vegetables and
Mummy,
other bits
they're falling off there.
on the green chopping board. And we're keeping the red chopping board separate for our raw meat because we don't want the raw meat.
And it says on there.
Yeah, it's got a picture of a chicken. How's
Chicken
that
or
garlic
meat,
going?
which one?
If you've got an onion, just chop it nice and finely. We are going to turn on our frying pan. Now this is the frying pan that I'm going to be using. It's a super big frying pan that can go into the oven as well.
Whoa! I've never known that one.
I'll chop the ends up for you. So we need to also preheat our oven. We'll get that.
Skin that's still on here.
I'll take that bit off. Do you want to show everybody how to hold the knife? Pew! Oh, that was a bit fast with the knife itself. I thought you were just going to show me fingers. Okay, so we're going to hold it with fingers. So these fingers get tucked under nicely. And then your other hand acts as the claw. So we get a claw, keep that aside, and we'll chop away from ourselves. There we go.
Cool technique.
Yeah, and then can you peel that off now?
Slightly, just rip.
Yeah, I find garlic sometimes is really fiddly to work with, but I just love the flavour it gives, and
Not really.
once you've cooked it, I think it tastes even better.
Funny enough, I don't like garlic, but I like squeezing
You
it.
like squishing it, that's one of your favourite bits. How about you guys, do you like squishing it too? What could you squish it in if you didn't have a garlic squisher, do you think, Charlotte?
Hand.
Squish it in your hands!
Yeah.
Whoa!
Or with to what? Smash.
Okay, get that going. So we forgot to say that we have actually already washed our hands. We gave them a really good scrub before, especially after I'd finished chopping the... I nearly lost my fingers chopping the raw meat. So we're getting the pan nice and hot over there.
Oh,
And Charlotte is squishing the garlic. Shall I get rid of these rubbishy bits for you so we don't end up cooking the skins as well?
you.
I find that garlic skins just end up going everywhere in the kitchen.
Ooh, they're coming out.
Is it coming out? Can you see it?
Yeah.
Can I give it a helpful squish? There we go. Now keep your fingies away.
Top.
We'll just get some of that off. Put the next piece in. Load her up. No, just load it in. Just load it in. There we go. Squish! There we go. Come on, muscles. It's coming! Squeeze!
Mummy.
The other way is just to get the back of your knife and get mummies to do this, or daddies, or nanas, or granddads, or aunts, or uncles, whoever you're cooking with. And you squash it with a knife and then just chop it into nice little slices. And let's get that off there.
Can we try that technique?
We could for the next video.
Oh.
And then we can just get this out so it doesn't.
Hey, that's what I was going to.
That's what you're going to do. It's just so it doesn't dry in there and that's impossible to get out. Okay, so we have our meat. We have our garlic.
As we just did.
And we've got some olive oil. So we are just going to pour about a tablespoon of olive oil into our frying pan. And I just have that on a fairly low heat at the moment and I'll turn it up soon. So we're going to cook the meat first and then we're going to add the garlic in because the garlic doesn't take as much time.
Onions or garlic, which one?
Sorry, Miss Sweet?
Onions or garlic, which one?
Well, we have garlic, but onion works even better in this dish.
Hey, Mummy, I feel sticky.
You feel sticky? Is that from the garlic?
Yeah.
I'm going to turn that heat up
Nice.
now.
Wash my hands, wash my hands.
The bacon will probably take about 5 minutes cooking behind us there. So we will get preparing our vegetables. And you should always peel away from yourself, unlike what I was
But you're
just
peeling
doing.
to me.
Peeling to you, well, as long as you keep your hands away from the sharp bit. I'm just resting this on an old tea towel so that
Nice
it
try.
holds it steady. You're going to try some of the peelings for the sweet potato.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a really fat sweet potato.
I want
But
to.
I love sweet potato and it's so good in
Mummy?
nutrients for you.
Can I do it?
Would you like to do some peeling?
Yes. I want to.
There's only a smidge left on it now.
What? What do I? Mummy, can I do that?
Now remember, you can pause this video at any time, so if it's taking you a bit longer to peel, for example, if you are letting smaller hands do the peeling, things do take a bit of extra time. Okay, hold on. So hold it like a nice grip. You don't have to do the finger on top for this.
I like doing my finger.
Brush it aside, slowly and carefully. Yeah.
You're doing it faster.
No. Just get rid of that and not with it. Yeah. And keep turning it. It doesn't matter if there's a bit of skin on there, because with most root vegetables, no, away from it. We'll chop that bit off. Most root vegetables, the goodness is just under the skin anyway. Now, even though we've peeled it, it's important to still give it a rinse off.
Wash your hands. Or onions or whatever it is.
Yeah, so I'm going to give that a dry so it doesn't slip around.
Oh, sorry, I got my
That's
hands
okay.
wet.
I need another knife. Oh, I can smell the bacon
How
frying up.
many knives do you need in cooking?
Well, because I used the knife on the raw chicken, we can't now use it for...
Can I chop it?
Now, let me show you a technique, because this is really wobbly, and if you try to chop into that, you're going to get your knife stuck. So if you keep your fingers clear, Charlotte, what you need to do is chop like a flat base off. Yeah, try not to lift the knife up too high. So that will now give you a nice flat surface to work from. Or if you're like Charlotte, you can have a nibble from it. So what we might do is get whichever adult is with you to just chop up some nice flat pieces that you can then have a go at chopping yourself.
Or eating.
We need as much of this as we can, because at the moment we can't get all of the ingredients that we need for our recipes. So we need to make sure, Charlotte, that there is plenty of sweet potato. Now, once you've made some nice little fingers,
Mummy, can I do one thing?
yep, pick up the knife. There we go.
Eating.
Yeah, keep that claw finger set. That's good. And push down and away from yourself. There we go. That's it.
Take the ribbon.
Yeah, don't get carried away with yourself. That's when accidents happen. There we go. Now these, do you want to go and hold that up to the camera and show you how big that piece is? And that, don't eat it. That's about how big a piece
Can I
you
eat
need.
it yet?
Are you serious? You want to eat all of the raw sweet potato?
Oh, I love it. It's ridiculously yummy.
Oh, okay.
Can I?
Yes, you can have
Yeah.
that piece, okay. Now I'm going to keep chopping this now. If you have already chopped the sweet potato, you can just fly past this bit if you like, or fast forward. Probably best not to fly in the kitchen.
What? Because you would only be up there, not down here. Now, as you can see here, I am doing the little spatula work.
Just stirring up. So we're going to add in our garlic, make sure that's all off. Now, if you're being brave enough to let the kids do the stirring on the frying pan, be really careful because the fat on the bacon will split up. But we've got our aprons on to help protect us. And give that a good stir. Shall I show everybody what that delicious bacon looks like? Because you just want your bacon to catch a little bit, get nice and brown, and that gives you lots of delicious flavour. Now, who here likes bacon?
Me!
Me!
Super power bacon!
Super bacon! Ooh, there we go. What we need to do next is one of Charlotte's favourite bits.
I can already smell it.
Can you already smell it?
It's more like the bacon.
Oh, that's the bacon that we can smell. Charlotte is going to make...
I've already put it in.
Ah, Charlotte
Should we
is
do
going
one
to
more?
make the chicken stock. Yep.
One more.
So we need 1.25 litres of the chicken stock. Now I just use about 1.5 stock cubes. If you want to make your own chicken stock, that's fantastic. You will get an even nicer flavour from it.
Nice.
Now we're going to be using really super duper hot water, so I'll let Charlotte break up the chicken stock a little bit first, and then we add in.
I thought we did it with a wooden spoon.
You can start off. You can use a wooden spoon, but I think the fork might be best today.
I know. Let's do it with the bottom.
Just don't prick your face with that bit of the fork. Now always remember, super dangerous, super hot water, super scalding burns. What should you do if you burn yourself in the kitchen?
Run it immediately in hot water.
Hot water?
No, cold water.
Yeah, run it immediately under cold water for about 20 minutes, I think they say. Yeah, because it will keep burning underneath the skin. Just put in a little bit of water at the start. Use the pointy bit of the fork in there because that will help to dissolve that in the water. Pointy bit to the fork.
Oh,
Yeah, pointy bit because that will help break it up a bit more.
clever idea.
Yeah.
Hey, it's gone down.
Do you know what? I've just realised our video is super wonky.
What?
So we need to stand on a wonky side. That's okay there. Now let's concentrate because we've got hot water. Keep your hand out while I just pour a little bit more in. Okay. Give that a good stir in
I
there.
think my fork likes to bathe in the water.
It does like to bathe in the water.
That's why it goes immediately straight to the water.
Okay, are we happy with that now? Those cubes that dissolved? Okay, let's pull the fork out.
Oh, I found a bit.
Yeah, let's pop that there. I'll chop that up.
Top it up, top it up,
Top it
top
up.
There is quite a lot in there.
That's okay, that will dissolve in there.
Oh,
Now-
it's in the middle of
We're not going to touch that. Hot water again. I'm going to measure out our rice. I have only half a scoop, so I need 4 of these. Now, try not to throw all over the floor.
No, you throw them.
I know, that was totally me. Do you want to tip that in?
Last one.
Last one.
4.
There we go. 4.
4.
I'll pop that over to the side. Okay, so Charlotte is going to tip the rice in.
That's the wrong way around. Hit this point. Wow, it's like a sea of rice.
It's like a sea of rice.
And then you mix it in.
So this is one of our favourite kind of family meals to put together. And Charlotte always loves doing the stock. I just like smelling the bacon.
Remember that, but when they said, and the best piece was the last piece, like, no!
There we go. Give that a good stir around. Keep it nice and low so we don't just flick the rice everywhere. So in that we've got our garlic, our bacon, we've got some chicken in there, we've got the rice. And we're going to scoop, give them a stir through.
And you have something else to put in there.
I sure do. And give them a stir.
I feel like I'm a grown-up, but really it's because I'm just standing on a stool.
That's right.
Most
Now,
people might.
once you're happy with that, keep your hand away for a second. And I'm going to slowly pour in the stock. Keep it away for a second. Okay. Now I need a little bit more water because my container only takes 900 millilitres of water at a time. So nice and slow because that's really scorching hot water. And make sure I've got all of this delicious stock in there. There we go. Now believe it or not, that is your first stage done. So we're going to pop a lid onto this now. Take your spoon out.
Oh, I thought there was a hole so you could put it through.
Whichever container you do use, you've got to make sure that it's nicely sealed. Otherwise all that moisture is just going to come out of the oven rather than be soaked up by your rice.
I can smell the bacon.
Can you smell the bacon? Oh! Cheeky sausage. Okay, we are going to put that in the oven now. Wait, hold on. We're going to put that in the oven now for 30 minutes at about 200 degrees Celsius, and then hit pause. We're going to show you what to do once that comes out of the oven. Okay, so now we're up to the last stage, so you've done most of the hard work now. Charlotte's just gobbled some of my cheese. All we need to do now is grate some cheese and then choose some green vegetables. So we've got some peas because that's all we had left in the freezer. But you could also use the frozen spinach balls. That's for grating, so pop it in there. When you're grating with kids, I think the box graters...
in my mouth. Yeah.
We're not grating in your mouth, are we? The box graters are the best because they don't get their hands chopped. So if you guys want to grate your cheese, if you haven't already, Charlotte, do you want to pop a piece in there? Nice and flat. Are you going to do some grating for me?
Oh, okay.
So this is the cheese that's going to go into the risotto when it comes out the oven. We've only got another minute or 2 left on ours, and I can smell how wonderful it is already.
The cheese is, how wonderful the cheese is.
Yeah, the cheese smells wonderful as well. There we go. Shall we? Let's get the next blob. Oh, while we're going so well, let's get the next knob of cheese in there. There we go. So we're going to put most of this in the dish, but we're also going to save some of the cheese going on top because I think it looks really pretty when you serve it. Okay, happy? Is it all out?
Yeah.
Oh.
Mama, can I get the cheese from here?
You can get the cheese from there. Now, like I always say, I think you should taste things as you go along. But what 2 things should we never taste as we're cooking?
Raw meat and raw eggs.
Raw meat and raw eggs, that's right. Because they need to be cooked.
Unless the meat is cooked or the eggs are unscrambled.
The eggs are scrambled, yum. Oh, I love scrambled eggs. Get our risotto out of the oven now. It is going to be super duper hot on every single surface because it's been in the oven. So if you're like me and you've got one of the frying pans that can go in the oven, the handle's going to be super hot. So we've got to be careful not to touch that. Now,
And wear an oven.
wear your personal protection.
Personal protection.
Personal protection! Whoa, whoa, high five. Yeah.
No, Mummy.
Yeah.
What's this?
Okay, that's enough. Now this cloth is a bit wet, and what's going to happen if you use a wet or damp cloth is that the heat is going to transfer so fast through to your hand. And let's face it, you don't want that. So my oven, I'm going to turn that off. We always get a great big whoosh of steam come out, so we'll stand clear. Stand clear. Did you guys see that? A massive whoosh of steam.
Whoosh.
Great for cooking cake.
Whoosh.
Okay, so
Mummy.
no messing around when we got the really super duper hot dish.
Mummy.
Now don't forget that the lid is also hot.
Wow, how flat is that?
It's really flat and it's absorbed up all of that lovely stock we had in.
Can we show them?
We can show them. There we go. Now can you see that steaming hot? I've placed the tea towel and the oven mitt just on them.
Cheese.
Just to remind me how scorching hot that is right now.
Peas?
So what we can do, tip the peas in, but remember, keep your hands well away from that. Ooh, they're still some frozen.
Yeah,
And
I love
then
frozen peas.
let's put, I'll do this, keep your knuckles clear of that. Remember to keep some cheese aside, because serving on top of your bowl.
And for eating.
No. Still remembering this is super hot, so I'm going to put my hand back in my glove. And then I'm going to just stir this around. Now, if yours has come out still really wet, just give it a good little stir.
It's all sweat.
No, ours has come out quite nice today actually. And see how colourful that is. You probably can't. Let me see if I can tilt it. It's so colourful, and the cheese will melt and your peas will also cook through.
It would be even more colourful if we had beetroot.
I'm going to take a big scoop to serve that into our bowls that we've got
That
here
was mine.
already. That's yours, is it? It's got lots of bacon in there.
The one with the biggest bit of bacon is mine.
Whoa.
Mine is the misery. I mean, not the misery, whatever it is. Mine is the best, and it's
Oh,
a beautiful.
yeah. Pop that in there. Now you might think that there's enough left in there for another meal, but I guarantee you,
Well, that's
you'll
for
be
2 meals.
yeah, you'll be back in for extra servings once you've tried how delicious it is. Back in time for more.
Mummy.
Okay, now what should we do to this to make it look really pretty?
Put cheese on top.
Okay, so here we are, and Charlotte's just putting some cheese on top to make it look super pretty. You could also sprinkle some fresh herbs on that if you like. Or what could you serve alongside it? What do you think this would taste yummy with?
Broccoli.
Oh, with some broccoli on the side, that'd be good.
Or some extra peas.
Or garlic bread. You might notice that all of the cheese seems to be going into Charlotte's bowl. Little sneaky cheese monster. Here we have our super delicious, super tasty oven baked risotto.
That was mine.
That is yours. So do you want to carry that in? You go and eat?
Thanks.
And bon appetit. Thank you so much for joining me today in our cooking fun. I hope that you've enjoyed as much as I did. If you would like to join me making some more fun recipes, please visit the website www.littlewrencooking.co.uk or my Facebook page, also Little Wren Cooking, and let me know if there are any recipes that you'd like to have a try together, or if you'd like to pop up any of your photos from your amazing dishes that you've been making to share with the rest of the Little Wren community.
What do you call a cheese that is sad?
Don't know, what do you call a cheese that is sad?
Blue cheese. What cheese do you use to coax a bear out of the woods?
What cheese do you use to coax a bear out of the woods?
Camembert.